All right, Coach Keppel, an exciting week for the Mule Riders as you defeat Arkansas Tech 55-21 in the regular season finale, bringing the team to 8-2 on the season. So let's talk about that game and talk about your thoughts there on the end of the regular season.
I smile when you say 8-2 because we're real proud of that. I mean, obviously you look back, you're 11 points away from being undefeated, but as we see every week in college football, undefeated is hard to do. But I'm so proud of our football team and what we've accomplished this year. To be able to finish the year off the way we did with pretty decisive victories over Ouachita and over Arkansas Tech this weekend. And going into the game, before the game, talking with Coach Mullins before the game, he felt like he had a better team than he had last year, and we lit it up pretty much on offense. I've never been a part of a football team that put up 720 something yards in a game. I've never experienced it. So and I was in shock to find out how many yards we had at the end of that game. It didn't seem like it was that many, and at the end of the game, we were playing everybody that we had, and so it's a great effort. Obviously Tyler had another big game for us. The guy has set 15 records here at Southern Arkansas, and that's a great feat for him. A young man like Chris Terry comes in as a redshirt freshman, was not starting at the first year, and has been thrust in a starting role since the Henderson game, and has just showed out. The guy had four touchdown catches in the game. I mean, just an unbelievable thing to see young guys like that step up. Nate Pickett step up for us, a true freshman at the other receiver position. Our offensive line, I don't think Tyler he got touched one time the whole day. And our running backs were very solid. Our defense just was all over the place. I mean, Arkansas Tech had one real drive when it meant something during the course of the game. Obviously late, they put some points up late, but it was obviously against a lot of down the line guys that we had on our football team, and those guys need the experience. And it was just a great way to end the year for us. We're excited to be 8-2. We wish we were in the playoffs, but we're not. And you can't sit and dwell and cry about the past and what you should have done and shouldn't have done. But to be 8-2, we're third in the league this year by ourselves. Knowing that we got the nucleus of a really good football team going to be back next year, I'm excited about the progress of our program where we're headed.
Talk about the turnaround you've seen in the team. This being your fourth year to coach. You've seen a lot of progress. Talk about how you've seen the team grow and change.
Well, obviously, if I go back to year one, I mean, I came into a tough situation to put it lightly. And I've told the story many a time of that first year and some of the games we played, and our guys competed hard and played hard that first year. But just the Valdosta game on the road down there that first year is just burnt into my mind. I mean, we couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. We could barely even take a handoff. And to come as far as we've come from that point to now is pretty remarkable. When you're down, your program's down, to change the mindset from losing to winning is difficult. To be able to attract quality players into a program when you haven't won for a long time is hard. After the Henderson game, Louis Aver from the Texas County Gazette came into my office to interview me after the game, and he told me, Coach, that was the best Henderson team I've ever seen play since I've been covering this league, and y'all played them down to the wire. I mean, how far your program has come is remarkable, and how are you going to continue to be able to do this? And I told Louis, Louis, to be able to put what we put on the field this year, and we were 3-7 last year, going out every year and recruiting with a team that is sub 500 is very difficult, and we've been able to put a team on the field to the quality we have right now with those records speaks very well for my coaching staff and the young men we've been able to attract to this program. But this year going out at 8-2, a bowl team, hopefully getting a bowl win, it's going to be a lot easier for us. I mean, we've got guys right now that we are communicating with, some already committed to come here. that 3 years ago we wouldn't have had a chance to get. So our program has come light years. It's a quantum leap. We have definitely turned the corner here at Southern Arkansas, and our football team is going to be very solid, and I'm excited about it and being a part of it.
And so to wrap up the regular season, several Mule Riders honored on the all Great American Conference football team, 11 total honored. On the first team, Mark Johnson, Lance Castleman, and Don Unamba. On the second team, Tyler Sikora, Carlos Brown, Jack Brown, Raphael Thomas, Mark Spate, and Malcolm Walker. So talk about these guys and what they've meant for the team.
Well, you know, obviously all of them mean a lot. Every guy out there means a lot to our football team. But, you know, I've walked through this hallway in the gym here a lot of times and look at that wall up there, and the all-conference guys we've had since I've been here is slim to none. And this year we're going to be able to put a few more up there, which I'm really excited about. You know, Mark Johnson is, you know, a young man that 2 years first team all-conference now. Led the league in yards per game. Obviously, he had 2 games he couldn't play because of a knee injury, but came back Saturday against Arkansas Tech and had a very solid game. And he's got another year. He's going to get a medical from my first year here when he broke his foot against North Alabama the first game, and so he'll be back for us next year. Lance Castleman, a guy that came in with our first recruiting class. I mean, he's just been a solid guy. Couldn't ask for a better young man to be in your program. A guy's going to be successful in life when he leaves school. Right now it looks like he's wanting to go into coaching, so we're going to be able to help him out there. But he has turned into a really good football player, very deserving. It's really hard, and I told the team yesterday, really hard to understand how an offensive lineman gets on the first team. And obviously you got to do a lot of things offensively, and we have this year. But you know, Don Unamba, the other first teamer, Don is a young man that's been around here for a while. Obviously came in before I got here, but you know, has gone through some good times and some hard times. And a guy that came back last year under some things that he had to be put out of school, and came back last year, paid his own way to school, and basically redshirted, and was on our scout team all last year. And now he is definitely one of the best corners in our league, if not the best. A guy that's getting a lot of attention from the NFL right now. We've had scouts on our campus almost weekly, and they're saying a lot of good things about him and his prospects of possibly being able to play at the next level. We hope that goes very well for him, because he's a great young man. He's a good football player. We're going to hate to lose him, obviously. You know, obviously as a coach, I was hoping we would get more than 3 on the first team, considering what our record was. A little bit disappointed about that, but still proud of what we got on the first team. It's a very talented first team, GAC team. Our second team, we were able to get 6 guys on there. Tyler Sikora, I mean, you know, what a year. Again, 15 school records. You know, Tyler's in a tough situation with Henderson's quarterback. They're going to battle, and it's going to. And I told Tyler yesterday, it's going to get down to if you want to be first team all conference here before you graduate, you're going to have to beat Henderson, and we're going to have to win every game. And you know, now I think he's got the confidence that we can do that. You look at some other guys on the offensive side of football. Raphael Thomas, you know, was one of our leading receiver until he got hurt against Henderson. You know, he had to miss 3 games this year, and he still has some really good stats. So he was up high, obviously one of the premier players in our league. Wish he could have finished the year out, but you know, sustained a knee injury, and it is done. Jack Brown's a guy we brought in this year from Trinity Valley. He's out of West Mesquite. He's everything we thought he would be. We saw him about this time last year in practicing for the bowl game they were in, and I wanted him, and we got him here. And it speaks well for my staff being able to get him here, and he's been a real solid player. Led the league in receiving this year. I was a little bit disappointed he wasn't first team because of those stats. Carlos Brown is you know, a 5th-year senior here. That young man that has bounced around from running back to fullback. Very talented guy. Can catch, can run, and he's just been a real good team player for us. And you know, obviously you put his name up and guys voted on him, so he had a lot of respect around the league, which is huge. So those 4 guys on offense. We had 2 on the defensive side of the football with Malcolm Walker, who's a guy came in for a senior year here, transferred in from KU, Kansas University. We tried to recruit him out of junior college. He's from Dangerfield, and he got an offer last minute from Kansas, and then he came back to us his senior year, had a really good year for us, a great young man. And then Mark Spate. Mark Spate's a young man from North Little Rock that we recruited in here. He was redshirted last year. Been telling people he was a pretty good player. He proved it this year. I was a little bit disappointed he wasn't on the first team. I thought he deserved to be that, but he's still got another year to get there. So that'll give him a little something to work for. And then we had 2 honorable mention players with Brandon Rashad, who's a senior defensive end, and Tahari Ray is also a defensive end for us. 2 really good young men that played really good for us this year. So we had a good number on there, but I'd like to be able to shift first team, second team on a couple of them. But as I told the team yesterday, it's very talented on both teams, and to be on either one of them is a huge honor.
All right, Coach, so what everyone's talking about now is shifting to the postseason. You mentioned you didn't make the playoffs, but the Mule Riders will be playing in the Heart of Texas Bowl on December 1st. That's a Saturday down in Coppers Cove, Texas. And so talk about that. Talk about the team's reaction to that and what you're doing to prepare.
Well, obviously it was kind of out of the blue. Last Thursday after practice, preparing for Arkansas Tech, our last game of the year, thinking the season's over, probably not going to make the playoffs because there are 2 teams in our league that were expected to win that were already up in front of us. So I got a phone call after practice from Hal Mummy, and a lot of people may or may not know his name. He used to coach at University of Kentucky. He's been around, was a very hot coach back in the 90s. And he is at McMurray University right now, and he started his coaching career at Coppers Cove, and there's been the Heart of Texas Bowl for about 20 years, and it's been a junior college bowl, and him and the committee down there kind of put their heads together on trying to expand the bowl into a junior college bowl and a Division II bowl, and they had gotten together and they worked it up, and here we go. And I got a call from them the other day. They were looking for a team from the GAC or the Rocky Mountain Conference. Obviously, we were the better geographical fit. There's other conferences around the country that are affiliated with bowls for teams that don't get into the playoffs, the Lone Star being one that goes up to Kansas. So this was a little bit of a new thing for me and our league. Obviously, we're a new league anyhow, so everything's new. But I think it's a great opportunity for our league, to get possibly hooked into this bowl game and a team that's the odd team out, which we were this year, of not being able to go to the playoffs, even though we were so close. You still have something to look forward to, and so I approached the team Friday night before the Arkansas Tech game, and I wanted to find out if they would be interested in playing, and an overwhelming response was, "Coach, we want to play." These guys are loving football right now, and we got a close-knit football team that's a really tight group, and they don't want to quit. They want to play, and so that confirmed in my mind that if we could make it happen, we needed to try to do it, and I was so thankful. Coach Browning, Dr. Rankin were all behind it. They wanted us to be able to go ahead and go into some postseason play. I think it's a great opportunity for our football team in building for next year even. Obviously, we'd love to be able to finish 9-2 with a Heart of Texas Bowl championship trophy, and that is our goal. But obviously it can be something that we can build on for next year, getting a little postseason play, because our expectations are to be a playoff team next year. And so this can be good in a lot of ways. We're going to get some exposure in Texas. It'll be televised in Texas. It'll be live streamed around the country. The fact that we do recruit Texas quite heavily is going to be nothing but positive for us. And bowl games, you can take them for what they're worth, but Division I, you hear it all year long. Everybody's trying to get bowl eligible, and I know there's a bunch of bowls out there, but it's a great honor for a football team. It was a great honor for us to get a call and get invited, and I'm so proud of our football team for being in this position, and now we're going to get a little reward for what we have achieved this year. And this would just be a stepping stone for us to take it on to the next level next year. So I'm excited about it, looking forward to it. It's December 1st in Coppers Cove, Texas, which is definitely in the heart of Texas. And our team's looking forward to going down and playing McMurray University.
All right, talk a little bit, if you can, about McMurray as an opponent.
McMurray, you know, they're a Division II. They just moved up from NAIA. They're a Division II independent. They're searching for, you know, where they want to go. I mean, they've been invited into the Lone Star. They declined at this point in time, and I don't have the answers why. Obviously, you know, they're a team that they played Southern Nazarene, who is going to be in our league, that was on our schedule. So we have seen them play this year. They definitely have a very experienced coaching staff with Coach Mummy and Jolie Dunn, who was at Mississippi State back in some of the days they were really good, with Jackie Sherrill as their defensive coordinator at one point in time. He was kind of the guru of the 3-3. He is their defensive coordinator, so they have a very good coaching staff, a program that is trying to make a move in a positive direction. Moving up to Division II, obviously when you go from NAIA to Division II, you're in a probationary period, and that's what they're in right now. I guess that's basically the main reason why they didn't go ahead and get into the Lone Star, because of the probationary period. It gives them the flexibility to play whoever they want, instead of getting tied into a pretty tough league, which the Lone Star is. So that can give them the ability to play some teams where they can get some wins, and you know, they're out of Abilene, Texas, which is where Abilene University. So there's two universities in that town. I'm sure they fight for a lot of support on both sides of town. But again, you know, an opponent that has had a good year, an opponent that you know, will be interesting for us to play. You know, I don't know a lot about them.
All right, Coach. Well, we look forward to finding out more about them, and you know, as we travel down on December 1st to play that game. And we will talk to you about that after the game and wrap the season up.
Well, you know, definitely. Hopefully, we can get some fans that make the trip down there to watch us. We need you know, we need a good group to go down. You know, if you're a fan out there wanting to go to the game, and you need to contact our athletic office about tickets. Tickets can be purchased through our athletic office. That purchasing tickets through our athletic office will help us fund our trip down there, which is going to be vital. We don't want this to be a negative for our program where we're going to have to go spend a bunch of money to go to a bowl game and come out behind. So just the fact, if you want to go to the game and you're going to need a ticket to get in, nobody's getting in free. It is a charitable event, and all your tickets will be, I guess, a charitable donation, really, to a certain extent, and if you buy them through our athletic office, it will help us out in making our trip.
All right, Coach, we hope a lot of fans will make it down.
Hopefully.
Best of luck in the game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.